Good afternoon, everybody. It is almost 17 UTC here on Tuesday, the 18th of February. So, going through Bitcoin, a little bit of a market update. We do have a little bit of breakdown here locally. So, longs are stepping back in, still very, very long in general on the retail side, almost 70% on the long short for retail. So, still not looking great for a major potential move back up. However, we are getting really close to some major support, and we'll go through all of those levels. Looking at the funding rates right now, funding rates are actually quite bearish, especially the fact that we've now broken some of the local lows. These are not getting pulled off very quick at all. Everyone is back towards bearish funding. So keep that in mind. There's a lot of downside pressure locally. On the liquidity delta chart, here in the new low we've just done down towards like 94.7. Lots and lots of spot, lots and lots of perpetuals to potentially hold this. It's not holding as of yet. We need to see some higher lows off of this low, especially down towards 96.5. That's effectively where we're looking for a local hold. Or so, excuse me, 94.5. That's where we're looking for a local hold, and it's a high time frame key level. On the liquidation side, let me just go ahead and reset this to, let's go to 2 week. But we do have a big pocket of liquidations right underneath us. As we started failing to go lower, we are seeing some grabs of this high leverage liquidity right below us, potentially down towards 93.5 where it starts to get a little bit thin. So watch that. If we're going to hold anything really locally, we want to hold the low from what we did last Wednesday. If we lose that low, we are talking about the major retest off of the low structures from earlier in the month. And that's like just the big key levels. If you look from a higher time frame perspective as well, looking from like a monthly outlook on where the local liquidations effectively are. So it'll load up real fast. There we go. It is still good below us. We effectively, the sideways move that we've been doing now, it looks like it's crabbing to go off a cliff. There's good liquidity taking us down towards even the lows at 91. If the low from Monday does not hold, I'm expecting, since we're going down first, that we're actually going to get a hold off of this low. If we do not, we have to look high time frame as a sweep back below 90K. So right now it's really critical. We want to see some good regain, some good grabs of the higher chunks of liquidity before we get a bounce. The stuff above us is looking pretty attractive, up towards potentially even front running 100K. For that to happen, that switch, we need to see a local game of 96.5. And then on the resting liquidation, on the liquidity order book heat map, we are seeing quite a bit of long orders stepping in right here to potentially try and hold this. So there's lots and lots of stuff stepping in. Right here at 94.6 down towards 94K. So if we're going to have any chance of a reversal, we need to have it happen here and now. They're really heavily holding 94K as well. That is effectively, if we don't hold this now, we're going to see a massive capitulation down towards like 93.5. But like I said, locally here, it's looking good. We've got lots of orders stepping in to potentially try and hold this, several thousand Bitcoin just in the $500 down towards 94K. So this is looking good. We want to see holds. There's not a whole lot of sell pressure above us. It's mostly below us of resting orders trying to hold structure. So with that being said, going over to trading view, general plan on the zone. So we did break through some of the lows that we were interested in potentially holding. We're testing now the lows from Wednesday. I would expect right now to be like the last chance to bounce. Looks like we're doing the full Monty effectively. So watch that. We need to see a really strong gain back of like 95K, 95.2. If that does not occur and we start sweeping that low, we are going to see a potential continuation down towards 93.5. I would expect if we do get the bounce here, you want to see some really strong regains and some grinding upside price action, kind of effectively something like this, get people trying to short again to maybe break into the highs. Any regain, if we do have the bounce here, any regain of 96.5 should be a retest to 98K. So from here, you're looking at the last chance to potentially hold. If you don't hold this low, you're going to see a sweep towards the early open, and that's still the general direction of travel. The invalidation, bounce here, regain low structure, retest December and weekly open, and then start grabbing and regaining 96.5. That's going to be the key, is getting back above this level here. That's the major regain that starts to like push us back up towards 98K and potentially 99 to 100K. So beyond that, yeah, like I said, it looks pretty rough right now. It's still in the major dump zone. So for any type of regain here, because you do have downside priority, we're losing levels and going lower. You want to see a confirmed regain of lows that matter. This is the low that we've lost here locally, 95.2. If we regain that, we want to see then good tests daily, weekly, December, all these major weekly opens that are holding us down. Until that happens, you're looking for the reaction here at this 94.5, where, like I said, this is where we'd kind of expect some type of major test of level, effectively where we are right now, to get to see the bounce move to come back up to retest stuff. So beyond that, just remember we are in a localized downtrend. We've been breaking stuff pretty badly. In Monday, it actually looked okay to potentially have a regain. Earlier this morning, we made a new low, bearishly retested a lot of levels above us, old weekly open December. And yeah, that's still the direction of travel. If we want to see the bounce, it needs to happen right here. Otherwise, you run the risk of going to 93.5 and potentially much, much lower. So watch it. I would expect the bounce before we actually break everything. Punish all the late liquidations that are above us, which there are quite a few. Lots of stuff at 97.6, lots of stuff at 98K. There's a couple thin spots here, but I would expect somewhere in this zone to be targeted if we have some regains of level, because the free ride doesn't always last, and we are grabbing a good amount of local high leverage longs. So beyond that, watch for potential bounce. Still in a downtrend. You want to see invalidation of the downtrend before you have a continuation. So that's that. Catch you tomorrow.